Yeah. So this session is about, like how I said, a very very favorite devotee of Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Why favorite? Because we see, like in the past times, that Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī used to personally come and like serve this devotee. So basically, we will like try to figure out what qualities this devotee had, he exhibited in his stories, that Krishna and Srimati Radharani were so, pleased with him, that they also like not just he served them, but in turn they served him back also. So the name of this devotee is Srila Raghunath Das, that is Raghunath Das Goswami. He's one of the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. So if you see, actually, like if you go to any of the ISKCON temple or center, in the below, so there is a Guru Parampara, that is the list of gurus that is given, and on the top right there are six gurus. So in that six gurus, one of the guru is Raghunath Das, and he was so glorious. I mean, these six, they were so glorious that the current Vrindavan that we have, they were actually aprakat. Aprakat means unmanifested. So after Lord came, he performed his pastimes. This Vrindavan became a Gupta Vrindavan. They hid themselves because there was no one who were who were potential to actually like stay there and worship the lordships themselves. So that's when this Vrindavan, the Bhauma Vrindavan, the Vrindavan on the earth, they became Gupta. And these six devotees, prime devotees of Lord Chaitanya, they came to Vrindavan, and then they, unmanifested. They basically uncovered these pastime places of Vrindavan Dham. So if we go to Vrindavan today, and if we can see any of the temples and any of the kundas and beautiful beautiful places, that all the credit goes to all these six Goswamis. And like how I said, like they were so dear to Krishna, especially the Raghunath Das was so dear to Krishna, that Krishna and Srimati Radharani used to personally, come and serve them. And what about the childhood? How was the childhood of this devotee, this future devotee? If you see, the Raghunath Das, he was born in Saptagram. This is in West Bengal, and he was so rich that his opulence was even Indra. From the heavenly planets, he was bewildered by the opulence of the family of Raghunath Das Goswami. You can ask Mataji what like exactly what was their earning like. It was said that at that time they were such rich family that their monthly income was 5 lakh gold coins. How did they get the 5 lakh gold coins? So they used to they were from the family of tax collection, so they were called majumdars, and they used to collect like 15 lakh gold coins. And sorry, they used to collect around 20 lakh gold coins every month. They used to submit 15 lakh gold coins to the king, and as a matter of tax collection, because they used to collect the tax, so they used to get 5 lakh tax 5 lakh gold coins in return for their service to the kingdom. And they had, like how I said, they had so much wealth that all these Ambani, Adani, they're nothing in front of them. And also the father's name of Raghunath was Govardhan Majumdar. Govardhan Majumdar, after a long time, he begot a kid, and his name was Raghunath Das, who's Raghunath basically, whose stories we'll be discussing. There is another interesting thing, that this Raghunath's uncle was Hiranya Majumdar, and this Hiranya Majumdar also, he didn't have any kids. So he also, considered Raghunath only as his kid. So you can imagine all the 5 lakh gold coins that that was inherited by Raghunath Das from his father belonged to him. Not just that, all the wealth that belonged to his uncle Hiranya Majumdar, that also belonged to him. So we cannot even imagine how rich, Raghunath is by birth. But actually, it is mentioned that they were not only wealthy in terms of money, but they were also wealthy in terms of very like good qualities. But actually, if you see this Raghunath Das, from the younger time, he showed no interest in material enjoyment at all. He had so much of wealth, like how you can imagine, around 10 to 15 lakh gold coins per month. He could just sit and eat. If somebody had that opulence, they would, like, spend money, like spend gold coins like water. But he had, from the beginning of his age, he had no much interest on his wealth. So how did this happen, one may ask. So the turning point occurred in his life when he met a very very profound devotee called as Haridas Thakur. Who is this Haridas Thakur? His name, he's called as Namacharya. Nama and Acharya. Nama means, like holy name. The like most astonishing part about Haridas Thakur was, he used to constantly, like from his mouth, constantly the names of the Lord used to come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And not like us, like just mechanically chanting. He was chanting with so much love and separation that his eyes was always moist with tears, and he had so much separation for like from Krishna, that he used to chant the names with, because the names are non different from Krishna, he used to chant the names with that much love and affection. It is said that when he used to chant, the his separation was so much from the Lord that even the stones would melt. Can you imagine? It's not some exaggeration. It's real that when wherever he used to sit and chant, the stones would melt, and animals, birds, and other creatures also, they would begin to shed tears. That was actually the potency of Haridas Thakur. And what was his wealth, if you ask? He just had one tulsi plant around him. He just had a japamala with which he used to chant, and then he used to wear a cloth. That's it. That was his wealth. And wherever he used to like sit, he used to like chant so nicely. He used to just chant, sit and chant around the Tulsi Maharani. And the best part about him was, he used to chant 192 rounds. One round means like 108 108 Hare Krishna Mahamantras. He used to chant 192 rounds. That is like almost like 3 lakh holy names. You can imagine 3 lakh holy names every day he used to chant. And it is mentioned that only after he chanted 192 rounds, he used to drink water. Can you imagine? Like, it's so wonderful. And this person, this devotee, he visited the place where Raghunath Das was there. And somehow, because Raghunath Das was also like connected to a very very spiritual background, he got to serve Haridas. He was like continuously serving this great devotee Haridas. And one day he finally got the remnants of the prasadam that was had by Haridas. It's called as uchishta. The pure devotees or the lordships, when we have the food that is had by them, the prasadam that is had by them, you cannot imagine the spiritual transformation that happens. So after hearing the holy names that was chanted by Haridas, and also after honoring the prasadam, his life, this Raghunath Das, even though he was so rich, he didn't have any attachment to the material wealth. He had extreme attachment to the spiritual wealth. For the outer world, it may look like, oh my god, he had so much wealth, so much like gold coins and everything, but why he had to even take up spirituality? But if you see, he was a really intelligent person, because material wealth, I always say this in any of the sessions, even one single rupee we cannot even carry it to the, after we give up this body, one single rupee. But spiritual wealth is not like that. Even you sincerely chant few rounds, whatever possible on your end, and read Bhagavad Gita, and do Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, and do little service to the lordships, to the devotees. That's it. Whatever spiritual uh, sukriti, the spiritual credits you gain, it is carried to the next life. Let's say you got 50% credits this time, next life it starts from 51%, and you don't have to start from scratch, you see. And next life you have a better life. You will be born in a rich family, in a devotee family, in a very very happy family. You will have opulences, beauty, wealth. So everything will be awarded to you along with devotion. So like this is like you just do little thing and it's like an eternal benefit for you, not just spiritually but also materially. So any businessman would always do that, right? Wherever the like benefits are more and benefits are like long lasting, he would invest there. So Raghunath also, he was so intelligent that he invested there. And like how I said, I would like to share one small story about Srila Prabhupada. It was a very, very nice story. Srila Prabhupada, once he was traveling in a flight, and in flight, actually, so many things will be served, but as devotees, we usually offer it to the Lord and then have. So Prabhupada's servants used to always carry some snacks in the flight, like 1.5 hour journey flight. If it is there, they used to carry this murmura, puffed rice they used to carry, and other snacks they used to carry. So when Srila Prabhupada was there, he was in a very saintly attire. If you see Srila Prabhupada's picture, he's wearing the saffron and tilak and kanti, and he's very, very, he looks very, very divine, and there is a very, very wonder. I heard that there is a very wonderful vibe around him. So when the flight attendant came, so at that time she saw that like a saintly person has come. So ideal in general in India, when we see a saintly person, we want to serve, be it in flight or wherever. So she asked, how can I serve you, what can I bring you, like that. And then he said, no, no, like we will let you know, no worries, like that. And she finally, she like told him that, no, you, like, I want to serve you, you have to take something. Then finally Srila Prabhupada told, please bring some milk. Then okay, she brought some hot milk and gave. And Srila Prabhupada, like, he took like he had got that murmura, that chiuda. He just took it, took the packet out, and then he, very, very stylishly, he just lifted a like a murmura in his hand, in one hand, and then he put it in his mouth. Srila Prabhupada puts it in his mouth as if, like, he doesn't even touch his mouth. He doesn't even touch his lips. From far, he just popped this in his mouth. And when this flight attendant, when she saw it, she was so astonished by the vibe, by the amazement. I mean, by the divine aura that is coming from Srila Prabhupada, that quickly, out of without her control, she also put a hand in Srila Prabhupada's that snacks box, and she also had a little bit of the murmura, the chiuda. And like then yeah, then what happened, she asked if they needed something, and then nothing happened. Then they reached the destination and they went back. But after many years, this lady, she came to Srila Prabhupada on her own, and she started practicing her spiritual journey. She said that when she met the devotees asked, how do you know about Srila Prabhupada? Then she told them that she met Srila Prabhupada, and she had, by unknowingly, she had his remnants, whatever he had, she had his remnants. Because these devotees are so pure, and because the Lordship was also like the purest, when we have their remnants, we actually gain that transcendental qualities. She had gained the transcendental qualities, and her life was profoundly transformed. And soon after, she became a dedicated devotee. She didn't have any association, she didn't have any knowledge of anybody before that. All that she had is just little prasadam. That's why in Krishna consciousness, we request people that whatever you have, little fruits, little dry fruits, you offer it to lordships, and then you honor it, because that will make you transcendently, very, very uplifted. So this was actually like one other like sidetrack. I just remembered this pastime about prasadam. So Raghunath Das, even he did the same thing. He had the remnants of Haridas, and he had so much spiritual qualities just by that one thing, and just by hearing the holy names. And Raghunath Das, he also met Lord, that is Chaitanya, who is none other than Lord Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what happened is, once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to Shantipur. So this, all these places, they're still now there. They're near Mayapur in West Bengal. So if you have not yet visited, so you have to plan to visit these places. They're amazing. Few of us have actually like together visited these places, and whenever we go there, especially after hearing these pastimes, we can we can feel the devotees presence, in that pastimes. At least we can feel a very very higher transcendental vibe in those places. It's like unlike any other normal places. When we go to that place, it's like something is, we are affected by something very very transcendental, and when we come out, we are like, oh my god, we have to go back, we have to go back, like that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's none other than Lord Krishna himself, he had visited Shantipur, and this again, this Raghunath, he got to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for a few amount of time. And after he served, and then again he had remnants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After, at the end of 10 days, he didn't want to go back. He just said, I just want to stay back. Can I stay back with you, please? Like that, he just begged the Lord. Like how his heart actually was stolen by Mahaprabhu. Like, we have these t-shirts you would have seen in Vrindavan, like people wear, I lost my heart in Vrindavan, like this. There are t-shirts. So actually, this person, this Raghunath, he had lost his heart with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he, like he went back home because his parents took him back home. But he actually, he couldn't, just a second. Okay. Even though he went back home, he had his heart left there, so he couldn't focus. It so happens that when we go to yatra, and after that, once we go to yatra, after that, when we come back, our heart, a part of our heart is actually left in, it will be left in the place where we actually came from, where we actually went. And similarly Raghunath, when he actually went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after that he couldn't, like, after he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was so wonderful, he couldn't think of anything else. He was always thinking of Lord. You can imagine association with Lord. We go to yatra and we take association of the deities, the devotees, we cannot come back. He took the association of real Lord himself. So we cannot even imagine what kind of experience he had felt. But every time, he used to go back, his father used to, send soldiers to bring him back. Now the parents, they got a little worried that, oh, this person is, like he's getting affected by all this spirituality and things like that in this old age. So he got a little worried. And then they like his mother, so she thought that, she was thinking, oh, okay, let us get him married, because if he gets married to a beautiful wife, then nothing can bound him, like that. you know and finally, very 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 grandly, they'll get him married to the most beautiful girl. It is said that she was like an apsara from the heavenly kingdom. So they got her they got him married. But nothing could stop him. The wealth couldn't stop him. And the wealth couldn't stop him, and also the beautiful wife, she couldn't stop him, because he had such a high experience of spirituality that nothing material could even bind him. And finally, Raghunath Das, mother, Raghunath Das mother, she decided, because again and again this person was, he was getting released somehow or the other, and he was going to going back, running back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So his mother decided we should tie him with ropes. At that time, his father said that the ropes of wealth, the ropes of beauty couldn't tie him. So what can the ropes of, actual ropes do? But yeah, I mean, nothing could actually stop him. So when he went back to, when he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, don't, don't do marakata vairagya, means fake renunciation, monkey renunciation. Monkeys, they look like renunciants. Monkeys actually, they look like renunciants, but they keep jumping from one tree to another tree, and they don't wear any clothes. They look like sadhus and santas, but actually they'll be always thinking, oh, where is my food, where are the female monkeys? They're only thinking like that. So marakata vairagya is like that. Outwardly, we are wearing, kanti, tilak, we are wearing a very very nice attire. We might be from a good, brahmana family, but at the end of the day, we have lot of, desires. Definitely having desires is not bad, but showing that, oh, I'm a sadhu, that's bad. So like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him that don't have all these Marakata Vairagya, that is the fake Vairagya. But you actually, you sorry, don't have the fake Vairagya, but you actually, when the right time comes, you come back. Anyway, so um, yeah, I was explaining about how we should not have fake vairagya. We should actually, whatever is inside, that only should be outside. When the right time comes, the renunciation will come. Even now, like we might have, at some level, we might think that, oh, let me give up everything. No, whatever duties we have at this point of time, we should do it very nicely. And then we should also, you know, follow the path of bhakti. We should not give up everything, haphazardly. That was what the Lord's order to him was. And finally, he thought, anyway, I'm not able to meet Chaitanya. Let me meet his brother, that is Nityananda Mahaprabhu, that is who was none other than Balram. So when he went to meet, Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu was actually upset because he bypassed the Guru. Nityananda Mahaprabhu was a Guru Tattva. So he bypassed the Guru and then he directly approached Krishna. So actually, this is the value of Guru. When we don't go to Krishna through devotees, at that time Krishna, it is said that Krishna, when we have, the more devotees we have between us and Krishna, the more Krishna gives us mercy, the more Krishna blesses us. And it is also said that when we try to directly approach Krishna, Krishna is not that happy because Krishna is sold out to his devotees, and that's why you have to reach to him to via his devotees. So this Nityananda Prabhu, he was showing his anger, and he called Raghunath, and he kept his lotus feet on the head of Raghunath. You can imagine. First of all, he met Haridas Thakur, who was a Namacharya. Second, he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and third, he met Nityananda Mahaprabhu, who was Balram. So he got the mercy of Balram, that is, he gave a punishment to Raghunath that you go ahead and distribute dahi, chipped rice, milk, bananas, mixed, mix it and do a pudding. It's called as Chida dahi. You distribute it to the whole city. And then what did Raghunath do? He used all his wealth at that point of time to, make it as a festival of curd and milk, and he distributed all the pots and pots of dahi, yogurt, milk. And this festival actually we celebrated yesterday in many of the temples and centers. And then he also distributed all his wealth. He gave a lot of gold coins to many of the devotees who would use that gold coins further after in the temple construction, lake constructions, and things like that. And this here we can see that it so called, it looked like a punishment, but actually it was a punishment in disguise. It's called as a danda mahotsav. Danda means punishment, but it was a punishment in disguise, because service to devotees always takes us closer to Krishna. And finally, at one day he realized that no, I cannot do anything. I mean, I can no longer stay back here. So what he did is, somehow he tricked his guards, and there were so many guards and servants who used to always be around him, so that he doesn't get slipped away and go back to Chaitanya, go back to Lord. But somehow one night he tricked all his guards, and then he had to go to Puri, because he knew Lord is there in Puri, Jagannath Puri. So it is said that he knew which is the direction. He just went into a jungle, and for 11 days, 11 nights, he traveled through the jungle, and he finally reached Jagannath Puri. And when he reached Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya, who is none other than Krishna himself, he could realize, yes, this person, like, he has taken so much trouble to actually come and meet me, so I should give him my blessings. So he gave him his blessings. And for 16 years it said that Raghunath Das, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. He stayed around the temple, and he was actually, at that time, he was showing true renunciation. That is, it is said that when he stayed there, he used to serve Lord, hear the Lord's pastimes, and he used to eat whatever, Jagannath Prasadam. Jagannath Prasadam is so opulent in Anand Bazar when we go. But he was not at all taking prasadam directly from temple. People used to take from temple, and then they used to eat some, and then they used to throw something to the cows, right? You see, like after, if it becomes too much for them, they used to throw something to the cows. So that he used to pick up and he used to honor. You know, that level of renunciation this Raghunath had. And it is just not like that he received the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not that we should also do that, but we should also imbibe this quality that when we are asked to do our duty, we have to do the duty. And when the time comes to renounce, at that time actually we have to take up bhakti so strongly that whatever come what may, whatever happens, we have to like completely execute our bhakti. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time, he gave him four instructions. These instructions are very powerful. Lord himself gave him instructions to become dear to him. So the first instruction was avoid gossip. So we hear so many Gramya Kathas. You may say, Mataji, I won't do any gossip. But, watching these YouTube reels, the funny videos, the scrolls, definitely they are directly or indirectly they are gossips. And they're, you know, mm, we might not know, but they're taking a good amount of our mental space. If we are mentally exhausted at the end of the day, because of these scrolling the reels, it's because of this, because knowingly or unknowingly we are giving the consciousness away to all these gramya katha. And then simple living, like how maintain a simple whatever is available, not to run behind a lot of opulent diet, opulent dressing and everything. And humility, that is offer, always we have to respect everybody. This is what even Lord himself told. And finally, constant chanting, that is whenever possible, even definitely we have to chant at least a minimum number of rounds, 1 round, 2 round, 4 rounds, whatever possible on the beats, because that will actually make us directly connected to Krishna. But otherwise also, especially when you're difficulty, when you're going through anxiety, whatever situation you're in, your tongue should always vibrate. Your tongue should be vibrating Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And when you do this, you see so many things around you that were actually meant to harm you, they will actually become in favor of you, because Lord's name is not different from Lord himself. So we will see that unknowingly, without our own knowledge, we'll get utmost protection by this way. And finally, we have to do menial service, that is whenever possible we have to go to the nearby temple and do little service to Krishna and the devotees. And finally, Lord was so impressed that he gave his Govardhana-shila. You can see this picture, so beautiful. Govardhana-shila is the non-different than Govardhan himself. And he gave the Gunjamala, which he was wearing. The Lord gifted him these two things. And finally, now comes the beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan Dham. So like finally, like Raghunath, he came to Vrindavan Dham on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he came to Vrindavan, especially he was there on the bank of Radha Kund. If Radha Kund is actually on the bank of see, it's on the Parikrama Marg of Govardhan. Govardhan is around 1 hour away from Vrindavan Dham. So if you go to Vrindavan Dham, yeah, please visit these places, Govardhan and Barsana. Please don't miss these places, because most of the people, they go to Vrindavan Dham. Few, who know about the glories of Radharani, they go to Barsana Dham, but very rarely people go to like people who come to Krishna consciousness or hear about Krishna, they go to Govardhan. But Govardhan Dham is a very very beautiful place. And at the like at the uh, uh, like uh, uh, downhill of Govardhan is Radha Kund and Shama Kund, very very beautiful. Now if you go around Radha Kund and Shama Kund, there's so many videos you can even watch around Radha Kund and Shama Kund and even Govardhan Parikrama. When you go there now, if you see so many shops are there and so many hustle bustle is there. But I'm speaking about that time, like so many centuries ago, when Raghunath Das went there. It was actually a very very small pond of water. It was not even called as Radha Kund, Shama Kund. It was called as Kali Kheti and Gori Kheti. So this Kali Keti is none other than Shamakund, and Gori Keti is none other than Radha Kund, you see. And then Raghunath Das, when he was sitting on the bank of this little pond and chanting, he had an intense desire that, I have to expand this pond and make it very big for the future, so that in future, devotees can come and take darshan, take a dip, take the mercy. It said that Radha Kund is the place of Radha Kund. It's the topmost place in Vrindavan Dham. So even if we go and take little drops of water on our head, it said that our this human form of our life, it becomes successful. So at least, to at least once in our life we have to, I mean, definitely many more times, but if you've not gone even once, at least once you go to Vrindavan, especially Govardhan, especially Radha Kund, and take few drops of Radha Kund on your top, and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī's blessings, especially Krishna's blessings, will be on you forever. And here actually, like how I said, it was Kali Kheti Gori Kheti. This Raghunath Das, he had a very very intense desire that I have to expand this kunda. But at that point of time, he had actually tricked his parents, and he had left all his wealth, and he had come to take shelter of the lordship. So he didn't have any Lakshmi to actually expand the kunda. But so he thought, oh, this is like a crazy idea. I don't even have money now, so let me keep this aside. But what happened is, once a merchant, he had gone to Badrikashram. So when he was offering all his wealth to Badri Narayan, the deity, he spoke to the that merchant, and he said, "Not me. You go and give all this wealth to Raghunath Das Goswami in Vrindavan, and he may say, no, no, I don't want his wealth. So I don't want your wealth." At that time, remind him of the desire he had of excavating these two, Radha Kund and Shama Kund. So finally, he all the way from Badrikashram in the north, he goes to Vrindavan, and then that to Radha Kund, and then he tells him, Lord asked me to give this Lakshmi, give this money to you. But initially, Raghunath Das, he was surprised, but finally, when he was reminded about his desire to make this Radha Kund and Shama Kund very glorious kundas, at that time he takes that Lakshmi, and he begins renovating both, I mean, expanding both the kundas. This way, actually, Raghunath Das, he used to make the beautiful Radha Kund and Shama Kund, which we go and enjoy today. If you go, again, few of us have gone to Radha Kund and Shama Kund together. So when we go there, it's utmost blissful place. It's like, the waters of Radha Kund, they are just mercy. Actually, these places of Vrindavan, they're filled with so much potencies of these devotees, and definitely the pastime places of Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, that we don't even know. Like, just by going there and just by being there, we can feel that experience, which surreal experience, which we cannot even explain to others. So whenever we go to Radha Kund and Shama Kund, we just become silent. At least I've experienced this, that I become silent because my heart is overwhelming with so much of that spiritual experience that I cannot even describe. And that recharge that we get after we go there, it that can sustain us if in this you know IT world or job world for months together, actually. So yeah, whenever you get a chance, if even if you have gone, if you even if you have not gone, please visit to Vrindavan Dham, especially Govardhan, especially Radha Kund. And yeah, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki jai. And finally, he was sitting on the bank of this Radha Kund and Shama Kund, and he used to do his like chanting, that is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, before this, I want to also tell you another interesting story. Actually, when they were when Raghunath Das, when he was excavating these kundas, at that time, if you go to Radha Kund and Shama Kund and see, Radha Kund is actually very symmetrical, it's square in shape, but Shama Kund, it's very teda, it's very twisted and turned, like Krishna himself, very twisted and turned. Why? Because when he was when he was excavating, when he was expanding that kunda, once in a dream, the Pandavas, they appeared, and Yudhishthir Maharaj, he begged Raghunath that, you know Pandavas, we live here in the bank of Radha Kund in the form of trees. So please don't cut the trees. We always want to stay in the shelter of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, who is like non-different than Radha Kund herself. So please, like Radha Kund, Shama Kund herself. So they were at the junction between Radha Kund and Shama Kund. So these five trees, they actually, the Pandavas, they came in the dreams and they begged Raghunath Das that please don't cut these trees. We are the trees, we are living in the form of these trees so that we can serve Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī eternally. So finally, like against all the odds, that kunda is, even now if you see it's not symmetrical. You can go and see Radha Kund is like completely symmetrical and beautiful like Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, and Shama Kund is again beautiful, but it is teda meda like Krishna himself. That is because that those trees in the form of Pandavas, they even now they live there. And finally, like how I said, Raghunath Das, he was sitting on the bank of this Radha Kund, and he was doing his bhajan daily. He was doing his chanting daily, and he didn't have any kutir, like he didn't have any shelter, on top of him. He didn't have any bhajan kutir or mandir, anything built actually. Somewhere he would sit and he would chant the whole day, and he would constantly chant the holy names to such an extent that he wouldn't even realize if it is day, if it is night, what's happening around him. For us, if you see, if we sit and chant, we'll be always thinking about some past or present or future, or we'll be distracted about the things around us. But Raghunath Das, he was so intensely chanting that, once what happened when he was chanting on the bank of Radha Kund, a tiger, it came to drink some water. But this person, again, this devotee, he did not even notice that a tiger was nearby. Probably, even if we would have noticed also, he would not be scared, because he was so absorbed in chanting that he wouldn't even bother to shift that tiger away or run away from that place. And after a long time, Krishna was worried. Krishna was thinking, this person, he's not, tiger is coming, has come near him. The tiger is hungry. A tiger, the tiger is full, mm, the tiger doesn't harm anybody. But when the tiger is hungry, whomever tiger sees, it just, it's Mahaprasade Govinde. So this tiger was hungry, and Krishna could recognize that. And Krishna, out of nowhere, from his Goloka Vrindavan, he comes there. He appears, as a cowherd boy. He is holding a stick in his hand, and he stood there all the time until the tiger went away to protect Raghunath Das. You can imagine the glory. You can imagine that scene where Raghunath Das is chanting, and Krishna is holding, in the form of a boy, little boy, he's holding a stick and he's shiving away tigers. You usually you shiv away dogs and cats and things like that, but Krishna is in the form of a boy. He's standing there and he's shiving away tigers so that his devotee is protected. That is the glory of Raghunath Das. And another time again, Raghunath Das, when he was chanting the holy names of Krishna, it was summer, and it was, the heat, the heat of Vrindavan is like scorching heat. It is extreme heat, especially in the summers. And he was perspiring and he was sweating. He did not even realize it. He just sat there and chanted Hare Krishna. Then Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, she couldn't see that her devotee, her very dear devotee, was suffering because of the heat. So she came there, and she actually uh, held her pallu on top of Raghunath Das. You can see this image, beautiful image, that she held her pallu from her dress, her sari, on top of Raghunath Das, protecting him from the heat. And it is said that when Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī came, and she's standing next to him, behind him, and she's holding this her pallu. She, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, her form is like golden form. And she, I was actually started began perspiring, sweating, and perspiration appeared all over her golden transcendental body. And this like golden drops of her sweat, it fell on the soft ground of Vrindavan. That floor became beneath her, that Radha Kund bank, it started becoming wet and muddy. You can imagine how much Radharani was sweating, and the mud below her started becoming wet. That much she was perspiring, but still she was standing there, and she was giving shade to like Raghunath Das. We cannot even imagine, like when we serve Krishna and Srimati Radharani, in turn we don't even know how much Radharani and Krishna they're waiting to serve us in turn, and they do serve us even now. They do serve us by giving us protection. Sometimes when we are in danger, we see that something happens and we get the protection. That is not just something, it's not just an accident. That something is actually Krishna, Srimati Radharani, who are sending people to give you their protection. It's not just in a big term, even in small small terms. The little help that we get in the job, in our studies, or the when we are in some small small dangers, bigger dangers, the little help, the bigger help that we get, that is actually the help. Because one time, because even we have chanted the holy name even once, because we have served the Vaishnavas, the Lord even once, Lord sees that, and he personally he somehow or the other, when you call out to him, when you say, oh Krishna, please help me, so he will try his level best to send you that help. And in this case of Raghunath Das, he was so devoted, and he was so renounced, that Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani himself, they used to come and they used to serve Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And there is another pastime, I'll just share that pastimes, and then we will just discuss the learnings for 3 to 4 minutes, we will end. So this pastime actually is that once this Raghunath Das, he becomes very ill. You know what Raghunath Das lives on? He just drinks some buttermilk once in a day, or because he is always engaged in chanting the holy names, that somebody would come and offer him buttermilk, somebody would come and offer him some prasad from the lordships, so he would have that, that's it. And because he is eating so less, but once what happened is, he was he was he became unwell, that he had stomach upset. And when the Ayurvedic Vaidyas, they came, they when they detected his when they checked his nadi, and then they checked his symptoms, they declared that this is due to overeating. And the other, people around him, they were laughing, what overeating this person can do. Because they can see that throughout day and night, this person is sitting on the bank of Radha Kund. And they they see that Krishna and Srimati Radharani themselves, they come and give him some protection. He doesn't even have a kutir. Somebody will come and offer him some buttermilk, he's having it. So what overeating he can even do like that? And at that point of time, Raghunath Das, he remembers that when he was chanting, and when he was in deep meditation, Srimati Radharani, she came and she fed him like rice kheer, extremely sweet rice kheer, that was like hand cooked by Srimati Radharani. And she, like a mother, she fed him so much, like morsel after morsel, she fed him so much, that he was not able to stop. Because the mother of the universe, the Srimati Radharani herself is serving this Raghunath Das with the hand cooked prasadam. We cannot even imagine how divine that kheer is. Even if you see, like the kheer that is cooked in our temples and offered to Krishna, when Lord Krishna tastes it, when Srimati Radharani tastes it, it tastes so divine. We cannot even cook it at home. Earlier, we couldn't even cook such things at home. But when Srimati Radharani fed him like this, he couldn't stop, and he honored the prasadam, kheer prasadam, so much that actually he was doing it in the subtle platform, that is in his in the mind. But if people, when he shared the story, people would think, yeah, I mean, what kind of story is this? But when the doctor came, and when he told that this is actually because of the overeating, and when he gave then finally he gave him the medicines, and people thought that, oh my god, Srimati Radharani is not just coming in front of us and serving him, but even when we are not around, she's coming and taking care of this devotee. Such glorious pastimes are actually, such glorious um, qualities Raghunath Das had, because of which Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī used to come and they used to personally serve him. So in this way, Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī's extreme mercy was on him. So you may ask, so like so many pastimes you told, Mataji, but what qualities actually this like Raghunath Das Raghunath Das had in general, because of which Krishna and Śrīmatī Radharani used to personally come. Krishna came in the form of a cowherd boy and protected, Raghunath Das from the tiger, and Śrīmatī Radharani gave him shade via her pallu. Śrīmatī Radharani personally cooked kheer and fed him. And these are the pastimes that are recorded in the Shastras. We don't even know how many more pastimes that in how many more interaction that Raghunath Das had with Krishna and Srimati Radharani, which we don't even know. So how did all this happen? This thing happened because of the extreme qualities of Raghunath, which in little, even little amounts, even if we try to first of all recognize these qualities and try to slowly acquire these qualities by practice and by prayers, then we can invite lot of mercy of Krishna, Srimati Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I have I have made an acronym. The acronym is Raghunath, so that you can all easily remember. Raghunath. So what is R? R is, we should always try to keep ourselves in the association of devotees. So once in a while, at least, whenever possible, you can go to the nearby ISKCON temple or ISKCON centers, and you can, especially when the festivals are there, and you can receive the saintly association. Why? Because these senior devotees, they have chanted so much that, just by hearing from them, your the mala in your heart, the dirt in your heart can get cleansed. And just by being around them, you can your the heavy heartedness in you, that can reduce. And second thing is, that is Krishna's, await Krishna's timing. So many times, we want everything in our time. We will always ask, like, why Krishna? Why cannot you give it right now? No, Krishna will definitely give you in multifolds, but in his own timing. So similarly, you could see initially Raghunath, he always wanted to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't come now. When the right time comes, you come. And when the time came, when he came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him, and and then in the Vrindavan you could see so many pastimes unfolded when Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani himself, they served him, because he didn't demand, he waited for Krishna's timing. So if something is not happening to you that you desired, so definitely don't blame Krishna. You see that, yes, Krishna will definitely give this to me, but when the right time comes. And third thing is gratitude for prasadam. So first thing is, if you're not offering anything to the Lord, you can do the simple thing that you can, whenever you get some fruits to the home, dry fruits to the home, or anything simple you cook without onion, garlic, you can just place a tulsi, and you can offer it to the Lord. You can offer it to the deity photo of Krishna, Srimati Radharani. And even if you don't have a picture in your home, you can just open your phone, and in the phone you can open a photo and you can offer. And that you can beg Krishna and Srimati Radharani to accept it, that because after they accept it, whatever you honor, that prasadam, it can purify you immensely. And definitely you have so many ISKCON temples and centers around you. Whenever possible, go there, honor prasadam, because this prasadam, it's like an unseen mercy. Like you have it, you relish it, and it'll purify your body, it'll purify your soul also. If you say sometimes somebody may say, okay, Mataji, I mean, you're saying prasadam effect is there, but nothing is actually, I cannot see any change in me because of this. Say devotee association, I cannot see any change in me because of the prasadam. You may say that by chanting, by hearing. The answer I'll give to you is, you can imagine like millions and millions of lifetimes of ugra karma, the bad karma you have, and that many lifetimes of what samskaras, the good, bad, and all samskaras, all kind of samskaras you have. It's not just one lifetime. We got to know about Krishna in this lifetime, and we are trying to serve him with love and devotion. But definitely, whatever little bit you're doing, whatever the chanting you're doing, hearing you're doing, prasadam you're honing, devotees association you're taking, it's not in vain. It's like a pot. Right now our pot is empty. The more and more we go to temple, associate with people, hear lectures, especially hear Srila Prabhupada's lectures, read Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavatam, and at least, if not anything, chant one round, two round, whatever rounds, four rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on beats. That will start filling your pot. And when it starts slowly filling your pot, you can see all the divine qualities occurring in you. And also you can see all the anarthas, the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, they going away from you. And finally you can see the miracles happening, wherein you can see that Lord's hand will, like, personally you can see Lord's hand in everything you do. You can feel that mercy of Lord, uh, in so many ways. In so many ways, it might be as simple as, you were supposed to miss a train, miss a bus, but you got it. And you were, supposed to not crack an interview, and you cracked it. And you were supposed to not, finish a project, but you finished it. And like this, in day out, little ways, Krishna and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, they are helping. You may recognize it or not, they are helping. And the more and more we fill that pot with, devotional activities and service, the more and more you can see Krishna's, hand, Krishna Śrīmatī Radharani's hand in your life. That's when, these qualities of Raghunath Das, you can see, like, just by having these qualities, Lord themselves, they presented himself, themselves in front of him. And like how I said, fourth quality, that is H, is hear and obey instructions. So initially, he was going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is Lord Krishna. And finally, like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Lord Krishna, used to send him away, like, go back, you come later. But when he went to Nityananda Prabhu, who is none other than a very very like a Guru Tattva, who is none other than a pure devotee of Lord. So when we go via devotees and approach Krishna, at that time Krishna will accept us. So that is when we have to try to like serve whatever, like, whomever devotees we have around us. Like, we have to try to serve them, because when we serve them, Krishna will be so much pleased with you that Krishna will shower innumerable mercy. Because it's like, you see a person, he's having a dog, his dog is like very very close to him. So how to please that person? All you have to do is you go and feed that dog, you go and love that dog, shower some care for that dog, and that person will fall, he will he will have that respect, and he'll have that affection for you. In the same way, like, the devotees of the Lord are very very dear to Krishna, and when we start serving him, we'll get immense mercy. And finally, you use everything in Krishna's service. Whatever talent you have, whatever ability you have, whatever little Lakshmi you have, whatever possible, there is no hard and fast rule. Whatever possible, you can go and you can use in the service of Krishna. I have seen Vaishnavis that once they used to get their salary, they used to buy like dry fruits. They used to buy almonds, walnuts, and different dry fruits, and they used to go and give it to the center. What they used to do every day, sometimes when we cannot cook and offer bhoga, at that time devotees used to, at least once in a day, devotees offer the dry fruits to the Lord. So like that, whenever you go at that time, whatever little possible, you can go patram pushpam phalam toyam, flower, fruits, water, that is and leaves, that is tulsi leaves, whatever possible, you can go and offer to Krishna, but with bhakti, with love, and Krishna will accept it. And means no artificial renunciation. We may, whatever level we are at, we have to accept that, and to that level we have to try doing devotion, and we have to definitely not showcase that, oh, I'm a great devotee, oh, I'm a bigger devotee, like that. And finally, accept simplicity. Like how I said, simple living is actually the high living. Simple living and high thinking is what actually Srila Prabhupada, always he emphasized. That is, We don't have to, have a better car, better house, better everything. Whatever Krishna has given to you, be satisfied with that. Definitely have the bare minimum, and do your duty properly, take care of everybody around you, but don't hanker for more and more, because of this one hankering you may get another life. Just because you hankered for one car or one house, you might have to take another birth, and then you might have to again go through this punarapi jananam punarapi maranam, again birth, death, old age, disease, and struggle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And th is tolerate. Whenever there are difficulties, you tolerate, because this one quality, it Krishna is very very pleased when you don't blame Krishna. Oh Krishna, why are you giving me this difficulty? When you don't blame Krishna, but instead when you tolerate, you and pray, and at that time you can see Krishna will be, I mean, he will definitely test you, because he doesn't want to accept any person like that, just like that, into his kingdom. But he will test you, but once you pass the test by tolerating, he will give you, like, he will give you immense mercy. And hedge, that is humbly depend on the Vaishnavas, like how I said, as much as possible you can take association of the Vaishnavas. And because without anybody's association, without devotees association, will be always in mayas. You see, day in day out we can scroll YouTube, we can scroll Instagram, and we can spend our life in vain, doing nothing actually. We may think that is a cheap pleasure for us. Definitely, spending some time is okay, but we have to, at some point of life, we have to prioritize Krishna, we have to prioritize devotion to Krishna, because this human form of life is very very rare. And that can happen, that cannot happen alone, because we may think, oh, let me stay at home and let me chant one round and get done. That will
हाँ,
not happen. You have to, more and more you have to go to the temple
वो
center.
देखना पड़ेगा। अभी मैं पानी में बैठी हूँ, 20 मिनट्स।
More and more you have to go to the center, and you have to take association of the devotees. And in the association of devotees, Maya will not attack us alone. Maya will always attack us in some or the other form. Everybody has an experience of Maya. So that way, this is the acronym. And yeah, finally I will conclude that, please, humbly I'll request you all that whatever possible, rounds you chant sincerely, and whenever possible go to the temples and serve and associate with Vaishnavas. And in this way, you can, like how Raghunath Das Goswami did, like that, we can surrender to Krishna sooner or later. We can prioritize, make Krishna as our top priority, and gain utmost mercy of Krishna. So that's what even we deserve, right? Like we deserve and we desire, that is happiness. And happiness we can get only by Krishna's and Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī's blessings. So thank you very much for joining and bearing with me. And these pastimes of these devotees, you may, I mean, when we hear it, when we sit at a place and when we hear it attentively, just by that one process, without multitasking or without doing anything, just by doing that, you may think this, in a whole week, if you dedicate just 1 hour and just sit at a place and hear without any distraction, that's it. Your heart will get you slowly get purified. You will not even know all the anger, like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, everything, greed, envy, jealousy, all these things will soon reduce. So yeah, my humble request is, whenever possible, give me your association, join these sessions. And if you have any feedback, you can reach out to me. If you have any questions, you can always personally message me, and we can talk and we can discuss. Yeah, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.